Hello there, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Jocko Kanchefu. If you're new here, why not press subscribe, and if not, welcome back. With this channel, we talk about personal development from A to Z. That might look like bettering yourself, that might be looking like understanding your life from where you are, or even just having a conversation on how to get what you truly want. And into today's discussion, we're going to be talking about how to keep that fire burning within, that passion, how to keep it alive, how to keep it going. It's a concept, it's a way of thinking that I think you'd like to adhere to. So, let us begin. The fire never stops burning. What I mean by that is, a fire is always there. A fire is always able to be made. And within yourself, there's always an idea, there's always a feeling, there's always a drawing towards what you want, to having a burning feeling, to being convicted and compelled to take action upon something. You know, when you're making a fire in a site, you need flint and stone to spark it. But what do you need to spark? You need to spark the shavings of wood. But how do you get wood? By chopping down trees and getting logs. And then you get the shavings. And then you get the wood, the larger pieces, to burn much longer. But on top of that, you need the oxygen. On top of that, you need to actually do it. There's different components to it, right? You begin by chopping down wood. You begin by collecting that and placing it in one place. You then shave off some shavings. Get your fire and flint and stone, strike the shavings, blow on them to create an amber and place it under the wood to burn even more. But what about if I haven't got logs? Or what about if I haven't made a plan? Or what about if I don't have the other tools such as flint and stone? What if I don't have that thing to create that spark within myself? What do I do then? That is what you need to look for. What I'm creating here and what we're discussing is a concept. It's an idea, it's a way of thinking about what could you do, what do you need, and what tools could help you to keep that fire burning, to keep you moving in a line in accordance with who you are, what you're about, with what you want. Because it's either this, you either are looking for the tools to use, you are looking for how to use the tools, or you just need to use the tools you have. It's either one or the other. So which one do you have? Which one do you lack, or which one are you trying to look for? Which one do you know most about, and which one don't you know most about? And more practically, in yourself, I'm talking quite metaphorically here for you to relate, for you to associate with things in your life, within your mind, within where you are right now in life. So, let's see. If you're looking for the tools to use, that means there's a lack of tools, there's a lack of knowledge, or a lack of understanding. If there's a lack, that means there's an opportunity. There's a chance for you to learn where to find tools. Learn how to use them and learn when they're most appropriate and when they're not. That, in more practical terms, may look like learning when to speak aloud, learning when to portray your best self, learning to keep quiet and learning to listen more, learning to present yourself with confidence and learning to withdraw back. What tools are you missing out on? From those few examples, there's something there you relate with. That's number one. So let's look at another one. What to do with the tools you have? You have gone through many experiences throughout your whole life. You've had certain friends, you've had certain family members, you've had certain jobs, you've had no job, you've had money, you've had no money, you've eaten, you haven't eaten some days, whatever it may be. You've had a range of experiences and events within your life. So you've got a range of tools. Sometimes in an event, you would act a certain way that would make things worse, make things harder. Listen to sad music when you're sad. Not giving yourself space when you're angry and frustrated. What other thing have you done that doesn't really reciprocate a good outcome? If you ask yourself that, you can look and see, okay, I've gone through quite a lot. I did really well here when I did this, and I didn't do so well here when I did that. Ask yourself. Look back at your life. Reflect on who you are and what you have done, what you haven't done. It's okay if it hasn't gone well. It's okay if it didn't end up being where you wanted to be, because that's a part of the journey. It doesn't need to be always a correct, always 100%. It just needs to be understood, to learn from, to adapt from, to grow, or to let go of. So we looked at those two. And thirdly, it's about taking action. Doing it with what you've got, with where you are. You may need to acquire new things, new flint and stone. You may need to acquire new logs to keep the fire burning. But that is a continuum. So as you see, it's a continuous process. A fire doesn't just stop blazing because the fire's gone out. but maybe you haven't added more wood to the fire. Maybe it needs another strike, another spark of enlightenment. In more practical terms, once again, maybe that means looking at your goal in physical reality. Maybe that means having a conversation with someone who has your goal and seeing how they think, how they act, how they behave, and having that discussion. Maybe that's having a conversation with a coach, myself, to see with what you have now, what can you do? Where can you go? What can be more applicable to who you are today? That's what I'm trying to enlighten, re-invoke within yourself. The fire doesn't stop burning. It's just a matter of realizing, is there a fire at all? Isn't there? Do you know what to use to get a fire? And what happens next after that? I hope you enjoyed today's discussion. I hope it's giving you some insight. I hope it's giving you some light. I hope it's giving you what you need to keep that fire burning, to keep that passion alive, because you deserve it. You have that feeling, you have those thoughts, you have that admiration to what you want for a reason. It's not merely an idea, it's not merely a desire. If it's truly in your core that I want this and I don't know if I can get it, but I know I want it, I know I can get it, I feel as if I can get it, then that's the beginning. So what do you need to keep that fire burning? My name is Kanchefu. If you enjoyed today's discussion about this concept, make sure you subscribe. YouTube thinks you'll like these 2 videos, so why not check them out? And I'll see you next week for our next conversation.